Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy ACO Official back again. I've got another real versus fake guide for you today, and we are looking at the Moncler polo tops. So we're going to start off looking at the tags. As you can see, both have Moncler tags. So you've got the fake one here on the left, the real one's there on the right. So bringing these closer up, you can see the fake one on the left is more of a creamy color, whereas the real one on the right is just white. There's another tag here which is also quite important. So as you can see here, the fake one has actually copied the details of this, whatever this instruction label is here. But if you turn around the real one, you can see there's a barcode which has all the details of the product. On the fake one, that's just a massive giveaway. You can see Chinese writing on there. So any sign of that, you know you're going to be dealing with a fake. So if we move on to the neck labels next, you can see there's quite a big difference in just how well the neck label has actually been embroidered in, with the real one looking much neater than the fake one. The other thing to notice is the size. So if you look on the fake one here, they've got the size in the top left hand corner of that neck label. With the real ones, and this is the same with their jackets as well, you should normally find the size label in towards the shoulder area. So if you look in there, you can see the size L for large. Now, the other thing you would have noticed is in the fake one, there was a number 3. So with Moncler jackets, they normally do numbers for their sizes. With the polos, I'm not even 100% sure what they tend to use, but this real one I've got here does have the size L. So I'm going to assume they don't use numbers in their polos. If anyone has experienced any differently to that, then just leave that down below in the comment to help other people. But that's pretty much everything on the neck label. The other thing is in the fake one here, you can see there's a button that came here. With the real ones, there's labels further down here in the inside of the shirt, and that's where you'll tend to find the button being attached. If you get a chance to, it's also worth just checking out how neatly this tricolor design's been implemented. If you look in the real one there, you can see it's really neat. There's no kind of bad stitching or anything. If I show you the fake one, it's not terrible, but you can see that it doesn't look anywhere near as neat as the real one did. So that could be another giveaway sign that you might want to use to help you. The logo will also be quite a good telling point. So if you look at the fake one on the left, you can see this one's really messy, the stitching's poor. The real one just looks a lot neater once again, and that's going to be quite a big tell. Do be aware though that you can get fake ones sometimes where the badge has been better done than this. So you do want to be looking at other things, not just the logo, but yeah, that's another tell. So always look at that. Another thing with the badges, if you turn it inside out, you can see that the fake one's really messy here. Just the way it's been put in and everything. Obviously from the outside, you won't be able to see that, but on the inside, you can tell the quality control is really poor. On the real one, you can see it's just been stitched in really cleanly once again. So in general, yeah, you're just going to be looking at things where they're showing the neatness, the quality. Obviously on the real items, they're going to be paying a lot more attention to detail. So things like your stitching, just the overall finishing are going to be good tells. So while we've got this inside out, I may as well show you this. If you don't know much about Moncler items in general, a lot of them use Certi logos. And basically, if you go to certilogo.com, you can just type in this code here and it will verify your product for you, or you can just scan that barcode there. This is the fake one, so if you type it in, it should, in theory, just come up with seek assistance, which basically means it's a fake product, or it will just come up and tell you that it's not a genuine product. So that's going to be your #1 go-to website for Moncler items, especially if they've got a Certi logo like this one does. So you can see the real one here. It does have the Certi logo in, but there's no point in me putting that on camera. If you didn't know, it's worth me telling you now. If you've got a Certi logo code and say you're selling it and you put it online, you put it on a site like eBay so loads of people can check it. What happens is, once the Certi logo code is being checked hundreds and hundreds of times, it signals that the code may have been duplicated, which obviously represents a fake or replica, and then that code will no longer be showing as working. So if you are selling items like that with the Certi logo code and you're showing it, just be aware that that can happen. If you watch one of my old videos as well, like the Stone Island one, if you were one of the first people to watch it, you would have noticed the Certi logo was working. But if you now go after, I don't know, it's been like 6 months, and then you try and type in that code now, because so many people have typed it in, it doesn't work anymore. So just be aware of that if you are trying to sell or do whatever. So the last thing I want to show you on here before I go is the buttons. In terms of the coloring, don't really read too much into that, because as I said at the beginning, there are loads of different colors of Moncler polos you can get, and the buttons sometimes change color. But what you should look at is the little thread that goes in between the buttons. So on the real Moncler buttons, you can see how that thread in the middle goes through all 4 buttonholes and it's quite thick. If you look at the fake one there, you can kind of see it just goes, it's like in 2 lines. So it goes, the stitching goes vertically through the left hand side and then the same on the right hand side. Whereas when I showed you the real one, you can see it's just like it goes through all of them evenly. Alright, so those are going to be your go-to tells on the Moncler Polo t-shirt. If you've got any questions, leave them down in the comments. Apart from that, I hope the video was useful. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again on the next video. Peace.